Viewers, you're welcome back to the Flight Deck TV show where every flight tells a story. Today we're coming to you from Volta River Aviation, and our topic for this episode is the safety of helicopter travel. To help us dissect this all-important topic is with me today Captain Fred Apeagyei. Captain, you're most welcome to the Flight Deck.
Thank you, and I'm most grateful for having me here.
All right.
Yeah.
Captain, please tell us, for how long have you been at this? How long have you flown this helicopter?
It's about 25 years I've been into helicopter flying.
Wow.
And we've transitioned from, basic helicopters to now the new generation helicopters, as you can see behind us.
Captain, can you tell us about how many flying hours you have to your credit, please?
Well, we're getting to a point where, you look at the flying hours, you could be complacent, but that's where it becomes dangerous. So sometimes we don't even look at it. But I'm well over 8,000 hours.
Wow.
Heading towards 9,000.
That is impressive. That is very, very impressive. Mm-hmm. Excellent. What was the motivation to become a helicopter pilot? How did it all begin?
Well, the journey started whilst we were in school. I dreamt of becoming a pilot. And so I channeled my studies towards that too. And, in schooling at those times, you finish Form 5 and you go to 6th Form and you have to select courses that you lead you into your future career. So I chose to do physics, maths, and geography, which was essential for the job I was churning for myself for. And so from then on, saw an advert in the daily papers, announcing the recruitment of officers into the armed forces, and I took my chance. So I applied, and we went through the processes. It's a long process though. And lo and behold, I was one of the candidates who were chosen to go to the Ghana Military Academy. We went there, did the initial course, which all of us were to go through. And after, we were moved to Takoradi, where the flying itself started.
At what age then was that?
That was in my 20s, I think 23, 24, then about. Our intake, we were plenty. For the Air Force alone, we were about 26.
Okay.
And we had our Army counterparts and then the Navy counterparts too. And we were a lot.
How long did the training take?
I'll say for academy, we did about 6 months and then went on to our various units. And the Air Force, it took us about a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah, that's when, because initially there were little challenges, as to which aircraft to use for the training. But later we got hold. We were not lucky. We had to start straight from the jet fighter.
Okay.
We didn't have the luxury of flying the turboprops or something less, slow.
Okay.
We just went onto the jet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for the benefit of viewers, is it that you get to train on all the other aircrafts and decide to narrow down to helicopter, or you decide to fly helicopters, or what is the regime? Kindly break that down for viewers.
What is done in the armed forces is that or the Air Force, is that when you are selected as a candidate, you come in and you are with the flying arm. You do what we call the grading system. So you all fly one type of aircraft, and then the instructors will grade you. And when the instructors grade you, then they will select those who go to the fighter squadron, then to the transport squadron, and then to the helicopter squadron. I had done gunship. That time we had got these helicopters which had gunships, and I had already done the gunship with the fighter aircraft. So, and the controls on the fighter and the helicopter were almost the same. So,
so you had some advantage.
Yeah. So instead of the yoke, the fighter has a control stick, which the helicopter also has, which is called a cyclic, you know.
Oh, I see.
So it made it a little easier. And so from there we transitioned, came to Accra, flew the fighters for a while, and then the opportunity came and I switched over to the helicopters. And I've not regretted since then.
Wow. So how long was the training? Was it local or did you have to fly out?
Yeah, I would say that after the grading, the fighters pilots were kept in Ghana. We flew locally. Our transport pilots had to be flown out to go and do their basics.
US Captain Apeagyei was in the Air Force. And so how long did you stay in the Air Force before? Did you retire or did you resign?
Well, I stayed in the Air Force for 16 years. And
16 years.
I was due for voluntary retirement, so I did voluntary
You
retirement.
retired voluntarily.
Yeah.
Which year was this, please?
2003.
2003.
Yep.
Okay. So by the time you were retiring, did you still have some of your colleagues in the system or most of your colleagues left with you?
Some left and some remained. And currently, the crop of the top hierarchy are my mates.
Are your mates, okay?
Yep. Yeah.
You want to acknowledge any of them?
Oh yeah, the current Chief of Air Staff, the current Chief of Staff,
Current Chief of Air Staff is
Air Vice Marshal Ajin Frimpong,
okay.
and Air Vice Marshal Lakai,
That's the Chief of Staff. Right?
Chief of Staff. Yeah, they are my mates.
They're your mates.
Yep.
You were enlisted the same
day,
commissioned
the same day.
Interesting.
Went through the same routine, training
Wow.
routine and everything,
Wow.
and here we find ourselves.
Wow.
And so 2003 I transitioned, and there I got a job with my current company.
Oh,
And
you mean you've been with Volta River Aviation since 2003?
that's it.
Okay, so that must be 22 years.
That's it.
If I am not wrong.
That's
22
years.
impressive years.
Yes. And I want to acknowledge and thank the Air Force for what they did for me. I'm most grateful because they trained me well.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what is carrying me on in my career as I forge ahead. And
Wow.
I'm very appreciative of that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Viewers, this is getting interesting. However, we need to acknowledge our sponsors. We're going to go on a short commercial break. When we return, this conversation continues. Please stay, don't go away.
We are celebrating 7 years of passion in the skies. From our first takeoff in Accra to the heartlands of Kumasi, Tamale, Takrady, Wa, and Sunyani, Passion Air has proudly connected Ghana for 7 incredible years. You know that's right. And through every challenge and every mile flown, we have remained steadfast and committed to delivering smooth and reliable air travel to you, our passengers. As we mark this remarkable milestone, we say thank you for flying with us, believing in us, and growing with us. This celebration is not just ours, it is yours too. We have weathered storms, soared above the clouds, and kept our sight high because your comfort and satisfaction have always been at the heart of our mission. Here is to 7 years of excellence and to many more journeys together. Passion Air, connecting Ghana, one city at a time.
Some people they enjoy free banking on all platforms. Them a life they comfortable and their savings just they multiply. Them a future they secure. But some people they there thinking their plug be correct. Sana your plug be yawa. Charlie, no be every plug they give power. Sometimes you just need to know where the real power dey. Unplug from the stress and join the First National Bank family. First National Bank. How can we help you?
This show is sponsored by
Viewers, you're welcome back to the flight deck where every flight tells a story. With me in the flight deck today is Captain Fred Apeagyei. Captain, interesting how far you've come.
Yep.
Volta River Aviation.
Yeah.
I just got to know about Volta River Aviation. I've been around for a while, but surprisingly, I just discovered Volta River Aviation. What's the core business of Volta River Aviation?
Oh, well, Volta River Aviation, as you mentioned, is a private company, aviation company. We provide helicopter service. We do offshore, we do bullion transportation, we do passenger transportation, we do VIP flights, and sometimes we do medivacs and sometimes CASIVAC.
So you fly some VIPs and...
Yeah, we do VIP flights. We do VIP flights, sometimes even ministers and sometimes presidents.
Okay.
We do.
So you've flown some of our presidents too?
Oh, yes.
Wow. Can you mention one or two?
No.
Okay, that's okay.
For reasons
for security reasons,
yes,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say on a Monday to Sunday, how many, by regulations, how many flights are you allowed to undertake?
In a day, you cannot fly more than 8 hours.
8 hours, okay.
If you fly 8 hours, you have to get a day's rest.
Okay.
Okay, so normally we have something we call the duty time,
Okay.
and then the flight time. So you come to work, you leave your house maybe 7 o'clock, get to work at 7:30, so your duty time starts from 7.
7.
When you left the house.
Okay.
Because you left the house because of the duty. So we counted there till the time that you leave the office and get to the house. So that's the duty time.
And so a typical day for you at work, tell us.
Well, if you are scheduled for a flight on a typical day, you come to the office. First of all, you have to prepare for your flight. And that's you have to get your flight plan done. And then you go for your weather. And then you brief yourself whether you can make it or not make it, because sometimes the weather at your destination is bad. So if you take off, you're just going to waste fuel or you might land on the way. So you check that and then check the possible alternates. If you cannot go straight, where will be the next point where you will have to? So in this case, you just get your flight plan done, check your weather, check whether there are any no times on the airport, where you are departing from and your destination. And then after that, you prepare your flight. If you're going with passengers, you have to check the manifest, check their weights and make sure you do your weight and balance. And then you go for the flight inspection. You go and check your aircraft and then do your pre-flight, make sure everything is okay for you to go. And then you check your technical log and see what the previous flight that was done, if there were any snags or any defects, it will be noted there. So you look at them and see whether there are no-go items that have been listed. If everything is okay, then your flight is ready to go. So you sign up, and then you send the aircraft on the lines, and you're ready to go.
Do you fly with a co-pilot or you fly alone?
It depends on the mission. If it is VIP, we have two. You go with a co-pilot. If it's bullion operations, we do single operations with that. Because that one is not termed as commercial. So, yeah.
If I may ask for the benefit of viewers,
Yeah.
How many gallons of fuel does this aircraft on full tanks? How many gallons of fuel?
1,030 liters.
1,030
So
liters.
normally we can take, if you convert it to kilograms, we can take 900 kilograms of fuel.
Okay. So is this able to take us to northern end of Ghana? Like, how far can it go?
It gives
on
you
full tanks.
Yeah, it gives you a range of 3 hours.
3 hours.
Any flight within 3 hours, you can make it.
How high can it go?
You can go as high as you want, but helicopter is fun when you fly low and you have the scenery
Okay.
at your
Oh yeah.
your pleasure. So you can go high. You can go because we have a ceiling of 20,000 feet.
Oh, 20,000 feet.
Yeah.
Why was I thinking it's 10,000?
No, 20,000 feet. But what am I doing at 20,000 feet? I'm a helicopter.
Exactly.
I'm a helicopter pilot. What will I be doing at 20,000 feet?
So the helicopter is also pressurized, just like
Not really
Not really,
pressurized,
okay.
but you can do that flight, because the point is you can go to areas where the relief is the relief that tells you can have hills that are as high as 8,000 feet, 10,000 feet. You can operate there. Okay, and so if you are operating at a height which is about 10,000 feet and you have to take off and fly maybe 1,000 feet above ground, which region will you be? 11,000, 12,000. So you can operate there. But the point is, if you know you're going to go more than 15,000, then you must have oxygen on board.
What are some of the beautiful scenes in Ghana on the outskirts of Accra?
You can talk about the Akusombo area, Adomi Bridge, the Pong, power station, and with the plantations along there, around the Suchari. And you can think of the Lake Busumchi area too.
That came to mind.
Yeah, it's also very nice. Then the other place is the dark forest around the western region, in between Cote d'Ivoire and Prestia.
Okay, I don't know about that.
Yeah, very nice scenery. You fly over it, it's like a virgin. It's green.
Explore. That's something to
very green and lovely.
Green.
Even the air blowing around there is different.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Viewers, that's some tourism to do.
Yeah.
Viewers, this conversation is getting exciting. And we'd like to acknowledge our sponsors. We'll take a breather. When we return, the conversation continues. How safe is helicopter travel? Please stay with us. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
We are celebrating 7 years of passion in the skies. From our first takeoff in Accra to the heartlands of Kumasi, Tamale, Takoradi, Wa, and Sunyani, Passion Air has proudly connected Ghana for 7 incredible years. You know that's right. And through every challenge and every milestone, we have remained steadfast and committed to delivering smooth and reliable air travel to you, our passengers. As we mark this remarkable milestone, we say thank you for flying with us, believing in us, and growing with us. This celebration is not just ours, it is yours too. We have weathered storms, soared above the clouds, and kept our sight high because your comfort and satisfaction have always been at the heart of our mission. Here is to 7 years of excellence and to many more journeys together. Passion Air, connecting Ghana, one city at a time.
This show is sponsored by
Viewers, you're welcome back. This is the Flight Deck TV show where every flight tells a story. With me in the flight deck today is Captain Fred Apeagyei. Recent events have led people to question the safety of helicopter travel. So I just want you to walk us through the kind of checks you do. Before a helicopter takes off.
The helicopter, as you find it, has a scheduled maintenance program that is being followed strictly and monitored by the Civil Aviation Authority. The inspectors come every now and then, So
How often?
They have quarterly, biannual, and then annual inspections. And then they have the random ones. The random ones are more unannounced.
Okay.
And they come and then they will just immediately you land, they are on you, and they start checking the aircraft. So you can't hide anything from that. And then we have the 50-hour, 100-hour, and then you go to the 200-hour.
You mean that when the aircraft has
flown for 50 hours,
50 hours,
there's a check that has to be done. Yeah.
Wow. From manufacturing?
Yes. They bring you the work pack, and you have to check all those components. The moving components, you have to check if there is wear, if there is wear and tear, if there is any defect, corrosion, anything that they can find, then it has to be worked on. Okay. So we have those 50-hour checks. Then we have 100-hour checks. And every check period has what you have to look out for.
Okay.
So as it is increasing, then the scope widens.
Okay.
So if the 50-hour check you were just to watch maybe 2-3 items, 100-hour you'll be watching maybe 8 items, and then 200-hour you'll be going to maybe 20 items. And it all comes with a work pack which the engineer has to follow. It's a protocol. So but we call it the work order, which they follow and then do those checks. Then after 600 hours, the aircraft has to go for full maintenance, where it is stripped down, and the mast, the rotor blades, everything is checked and put back together before it is released to service. So with that one, the airworthy department of the civil aviation will monitor that process and make sure that what is supposed to be done in the protocols are followed before the aircraft comes out and is released to service. And on the part of the crew too, you know, we have our routine medicals to do to make sure that you are fit.
Annual?
No, it depends on your age. If you are less than 40, you do it annual. If you are more than 40 years, it's every 6 months.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because you're getting older, they have to check you more so that.
Oh, okay.
But recently there was a research done and they realized that 6 months, you don't see much. So even if after 60, they've reverted it back to 1 year.
1 year.
So that if there is any ailment that you are having, then they can be able to detect it. Because 6 months is so close.
Yeah.
You know, so they don't get to see if the one is troubled.
Okay. And I also know that there is some time, hours before your duty time, when you cannot take alcohol.
Yeah.
Can you, let's educate viewers on that.
Yeah, that is 8 hours before throttle.
Okay.
So you count your time back 8 hours that you cannot touch the alcohol if you know you are going to be on duty the next day.
Not even a glass of wine.
Not even a glass of wine. You don't touch it because within that 8-hour period, if you have touched alcohol and you come to the office and you do the alcohol test, it will show.
Okay, and what are the consequences if you fail an alcohol test?
If you fail an alcohol test, you're not flying. And if you don't fly, you could have some, punishment from the company, because then what you are scheduled to do, somebody else has to be scheduled to do it, which they won't take it lightly. So there will be some, punishment from there.
In extreme cases, can you lose your license?
You can lose in extreme cases, it depends on the level.
Or the company's policy?
The company's policy are definitely clear.
Clear.
Don't drink and come to work. Right. So the point is, if you drink and you come, there's going to be consequences. All right. But I'm saying that the gravity of it depends on the type of mission you are going to do. Okay.
Captain, you were telling me when we're walking to this aircraft that a good pilot is a pilot who lives to tell his story. Yeah. What are the qualities? What are the qualities? What makes a good pilot? What makes a good pilot?
I'm still a pilot, so I cannot say,
You're marking your own script.
Yes, it's impossible to say whether you are good or not. So that's why we have that slogan in the aviation that is only the experienced pilots who go on retirement and tell their story. They are the experienced ones. But if you die before retirement, you don't live to tell your story. So nobody knows what you've done, what you were not able to do, and all your encounters and things. Nobody will hear it. You're gone with it. But it's only those who live after retirement can tell their story. This is what I've gone through. This is where I went here and I saw this and I had this, and give you a good story, and you learn a lot from them. So that's why I say the experienced pilot is the one who lives to tell his story.
Have you ever encountered any emergency situation, and how did you, go around it? Yes.
I was coming from the rig one day, and I lost a pipe, hydraulic pipe. Okay. So I basically lost all my hydraulic pressure. As it happened, I just prepared myself, and when you have such a situation, all you need is a landing place which can give you like a football field, because you're not going to land like the normal helicopter will come and hover and land. This one, you have to do some small running landing, because you're going to come flat. Okay. You cannot come and do a stationary. Okay. So you come flat, just do a small rolling, because you have to land
So
with
you need the wheels.
the wheels. Yeah, that's why you have to extend it.
The landing gears.
Yeah, even if you helicopters without skills, if they don't even have the wheels and they have the skates, you can still do a running landing with the skates.
I see.
Just that you touch with the back of the skate and let it roll, allow it to roll, and as it's rolling and your speed is reducing, the aircraft will
Stop.
exert its weight. No, it will be exerting its weight, so then the skate will gradually get flat on the distance and then it comes to a stop. So whether skates or wheels, you can still do running landing. But in a case like that, you have to do a running landing to be able to land. That's why I say helicopters are safe.
Interesting.
You know, even in the worst scenario, you can lose an engine, but you can still glide and come and land.
I want to give you the opportunity to acknowledge some who held your hand, some who trained you so well, some you learned from, some you looked up to.
Thank you for the opportunity. First of all, I thank the Almighty God
Sure.
for being with me all these years. And I will thank my father.
His name?
So say Apeagyei.
Where he
And
is
then
now?
he's dead.
Oh, okay.
And then
May
Mr.
his soul rest in
And
peace.
then Mr. Bossman, he was also dead
Okay.
for grooming me to the person I have become. And along the way, I also want to thank my senior officers that I met along in the armed forces. AVM Nagai is one person.
The
He was
chief of staff?
former chief of air staff.
Okay.
I'm thankful to him and with his encouragement and words of advice. And a few friends, they are civilians and they are not out of the country now. They're living outside. And to my lovely wife, Priscilla,
Exactly.
I love you and my kids. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do what I know doing best.
Captain, it's been very exciting having you on this episode.
Thank you.
Quite insightful and very educative.
Thank you.
I believe we've been able to shape viewers' perceptions about the safety of helicopter travel. We look forward to the next episode where you're going to walk us through the parts of the helicopter and its various functions and what it does.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you on our next episode. Viewers, it's been nice having you spend time with us on this episode. We look forward to having you on our next episode. Thank you for your viewership. Good night.